Welcome to my talk on 21st century learning. If you do any reading at all on this topic, you'll find that there are many, many ideas about what 21st century learning actually means. But some pretty fundamental ideas are that classrooms should be areas of self-discovery and that learning in the classroom should be transferable to everyday life. I'm going to talk about a couple of specific elements in 21st century classrooms that promote these ideas, how they've shown up in my work, and how I hope to embody them further in my professional life. In many articles related to 21st century learning, one of the common themes is how ubiquitous technology should be in the classroom. I can't deny that that's the case, but I also find evidence that technology should only be selected if it's helpful to learning, promoting engagement, improving understanding, and eliminating barriers by being inclusive. You could think of these technologies as entry points. One of the examples of this type of technology in the last year has been Zoom. For a lot of students, it's a little intimidating to come to class and feel like they have to speak into a microphone for the class to hear them when they have a question. Zoom has provided a way for students to ask questions through chat, engage with the instructor in a way that isn't intimidating to them. Sure, Zoom isn't perfect, but it certainly has provided a meaningful entry point for a lot of students. An example that might be kind of an unexpected barrier is file folder structure systems. These are everywhere from Windows Explorer to your phone's file structure. And a lot of software programs require an understanding of how folder structures are used. This is actually very unfamiliar with students in 21st century learning classrooms who have only used search engines to find necessary information. So moving away from technology, let's talk about skills that are necessary for the 21st century classroom. Metacognition is an example of a skill that needs to be taught to students in order for them to become adept in the 21st century classroom. Metacognition is this intentional reflection and monitoring of oneself in order to allow for better understanding and future learning. It's important because it promotes deeper understanding of the subject, and it promotes learning of soft skills such as forethought, self-reflection, and conscientiousness. In my professional role, I don't often work with students, but when I work with faculty, I do try and relate certain knowledge points that they maybe understand to new technologies that they're trying to learn. For example, if I'm trying to explain how Wi-Fi works, I relate it to radio stations and how your car picks up different radio stations by tuning into different frequencies. Metacognition blurs the line between pedagogical knowledge and content knowledge. It's pedagogical in that it's necessary in all subjects to be reflective and consider what are ways that you can improve your learning. How did you learn this previously? And self-examination by a faculty or an IT professional like myself allows for catering lessons in a way that make it more meaningful for the learner. It's additionally content knowledge because from topic to topic, the skills necessary for metacognition may be a little bit different. An example of this in my own work is when I write training materials for different subjects, I try to work with what's called accomplished novices. This idea of somebody who maybe understands something, but not as in-depth as I might. And they can kind of poke holes in the way that I'm explaining different ideas and look for ways to bring more clarity to a subject. Soft skills are another example of skills that need to be taught to students in order for them to be proficient in 21st century classrooms. Examples such as social intelligence, communication, workplace thinking, self-intelligence, conflict resolution, planning and organizing, teamwork and collaboration, workplace diversity, workplace ethics, stress management, workplace productivity, and workplace professionalism are all examples of soft skills that students can learn in the classroom and are highly transferable to real life circumstances. Soft skills improve collaboration with classmates, and again, this promotes subject learning. I'm hoping to apply this area of 21st century learning to my professional learning network. I hope to work closer and share ideas and challenges with colleagues, and I hope that that will improve my implementation of these soft skills. And also, through collaboration, it'll improve our mutual understanding of different technical topics and how better to share those lessons with others. In closing, I just want to make a note that metacognition and soft skills tie together very closely. This quote from the Future of Education and Skills highlights how these two different areas tie together. Cognitive and metacognitive skills include critical thinking, creative thinking, learning to learn, and self-regulation. Social and emotional skills involve empathy, self-efficacy, responsibility, and collaboration. Practical and physical skills include using new information and communication technology devices.